So as you can see, technology in sport provides a lot. Not just the way we watch it on TV, but also in the athlete's performance. Welcome to another LA Tech video. As technology has progressed in sport, you can see that has impacted quite a lot. Let's start off with golf.
Golf has changed a lot over time, which has changed the game dramatically.
Different types of clubs create different types of effects on the ball. As you could hear, there was a difference in the sound of both of the clubs. This is because the make of the club. Different brands of clubs can make it unfair, as one ball could go further than the other.
65 years ago, Ben Hogan, the longest hitter and finest ball striker in the world at its time, hit his 9-iron roughly 115 yards. Whilst today, Rory McIlroy hits a 9-iron 175 yards without any issue. It's hard to believe, but golfers originally used rounded wooden balls for most of the early days of the game. Then came in the golf ball that had a leather pouch stuffed with goose or chicken feathers. Though this ball was easier to hit than the wooden ball, it didn't come without its share of issues. The ball didn't stay rounded after being whacked around the course, plus any exposure to the elements, water in particular, would wear the ball out. The manufacturing processes were also difficult, which led to high prices as a result of the most talented craftsmen only being able to shape 4 balls in one single day. In the mid-1800s, the gutty ball came along. The dried sap it was made out of gave it a rubbery feel, and when exposed to the heat, it could be shaped perfectly in the hands of a skilled maker. Plus, it was far cheaper to manufacture, allowing people of lower income to get involved in the sport.
Baseball equipment has changed a lot over time. Not only in Major League, but also college ball and Little League.
Dodger Stadium. You don't see that every night.
Now moving on to the BB core bats that are used in college.
The previous standard for bat performance was a ratio comparing the incoming pitch speed to the speed of the ball off the bat. Since this standard was put into effect, in the last 3 years alone, runs have increased 14% and home runs have jumped 38%. Pitcher safety was also an issue because a 90-mile-an-hour pitch could come off an old bat at 108 miles per hour, reaching the mound in less than 375 milliseconds. Depending on their follow-throughs, pitchers are vulnerable to comebackers, which can hit an unprotected head with over 4,000 pounds of force. That's comparable to getting hit in the head with a bat moving at 20 miles per hour. The NCAA's new method of measuring bat performance is what's called the BBCOR, which stands for Ball Bat Coefficient of Restitution. It gauges how much energy is lost in the ball-bat collision, essentially the bat's springiness. A higher number indicates a greater trampoline effect, which helps launch the ball off the bat. The new standard sets the maximum ball-bat coefficient of restitution at 0.5, which is only slightly higher than that of a wooden bat. In our tests, contact with the new conforming bat resulted in balls that compressed to 78% of their original size. The sweet spot is estimated to be about 2 inches smaller, and on average, balls leave the new bats 5% slower than the old bats. When you factor in all the other variables, including pitch speed, swing speed, and launch angle, This 5% decrease can turn a 400-foot home run off the old bat into a 375-foot long fly off the new bat.
So as you can see, these new BB-Core bats are a lot weaker than the old metal bats that college used to use. But then, why do Major League use wood bats? Major Leaguers use wood bats because they're even weaker than BB-Core bats. They take 5% off the ball, which makes it harder for Major Leaguers to hit home runs. Now moving on to suits.
One of the most commonly talked about negative effects include technologies that improve what a human body is not physically capable of. The classical example of this is the skin-tight all-body swimsuit, as well as powerlifting suits and many more. There are many mixed opinions on these superhuman technologies. Many people claim that they enhance the performance too much and creates an unfair advantage of their athletes and competitors. On the other hand, some individuals and groups believe these advancements to be a necessary stepping stone in sport. These are just a few of the common opinions involving around these issues. Competitive swimming events have taken into account the use of these swimsuits, and in 2010, full-length suits were no longer allowed for use in competition. Today, the maximum length allowed for competitive events is from the waist level to the knees. Swimming is only one example of these actions taken against the issue, and sport has made different decisions on these technologies. As example, powerlifting competitors have separated each competitions into different categories, raw and equipped. Each of these actions made to address the issue have made the majority of sporting fans happy with the state of this issue.
As technology improves, so does the performance you'd think. Things such as aerodynamics, positioning, weight, stiffness, and good looks all have an influence on how the cyclist will perform on the day. These factors have been developed throughout time so that the rider can get the best out of him or herself and the bike. With only these 5 variables, the difference in timed races has significantly improved. A race such as the Flying 200 sprint stands at 9.347 seconds for the men, but in the 1970s it stood around the 11-second mark. The difference in this timed event is a huge difference. Even taking a few milliseconds off is an improvement for the fastest. Like gearing, wheels, tyres, air pressure, custom fitting, clothing, helmets, shoes and so on have gone through many changes for the benefit of increasing your speed and comfort on the bike. There are also cons which come with the improvement of technology, such as expensive pricing and harder, more meaningful thinking of the type of bike you will need. Things like how stiff you want the bike, how aerodynamic it is, positioning and even the decals and colour you prefer on the bike all result in the way that you ride and the outcome of the race.
We all love to watch sport, no matter what sport that is. But do you really know how they broadcast it? Here is a few images of how they broadcast sport. As you can see, it is not that easy to broadcast sport, as there is so much technology used to even just broadcast the sport. Just imagine if we didn't even have cameramen. How would we determine who won the race when it was a close finish? How would we determine whether they scored a touchdown or not? Here is a video of what the cameraman could do and how the footage looked in the old days and in the present time.
Miami going for the three right away. Just attack the basket. James catches, puts up the three. Won't go. Rebound Bosch. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining. Spurs do not have a timeout. Flutie flushed. Throws it down. Caught by Boston College. I don't believe it. It's a touchdown. The Eagles win it. Unbelievable. I don't believe it. Phelan is at the bottom of that pile. Here comes the Boston College team. He threw it into the end zone. There was no time left on the clock. And run it out. All right, here we go. 56-yarder. Does not have the leg. And Chris Davis takes it to the back of the end zone. He'll run it after the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh my God! Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the midfield goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Here's the pitch on the way. A swing and a belt. Left field. Way back. Blue Jays win it. The Blue Jays are World Series champions. As Joe Carter hits a 3-run home run in the 9th inning, and the Blue Jays have repeated as World Series champions. Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life. Play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler. Unreal. Malcolm Butler.
Headed away by Terry. It's open for him, but it's Messi. It's Iniesta! And the Chelsea fans cover their eyes in horror. 2 minutes from time, and it's heartbreak at Stamford Bridge.
There's the pass to Leitner. Puts it up. Yes! Bases loaded. 2 out. Hard hit into right. Back at the wall. Tie game! Big Puppy. The grand slam.
Roberto Mercado. Bobby Orr behind the net to center.
2 seconds to go. Puts it up and scores at the buzzer. Michael Jordan has won it for Chicago. Michael Jordan hit the basket at the buzzer. Beckham could raise the roof here with a goal. I don't believe it. David Beckham scores the goal to take England all the way to the World Cup finals.
So as you can see, there is a huge amount of technology used in sport. And this was only a brief example of technology in sport. Thank you for watching our video.